Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back at the wall. Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you are all doing well today, dear sweet friends. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Football Therapy. Have I said that? Welcome to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy, where I see what's being said about the Blues, giving you my opinion, but of course, more importantly, asking for yours. Today, we're talking about Saul Niguez. Semi-disaster class in the Premier League on his debut at Stamford Bridge against Aston Villa. We're also talking about Callum Hudson-Odoi, Thomas Tuchel's comments on both these players. Ooh, it's going to be a really interesting one today, friends, so settle in, get comfortable, consider subscribing if you're new. Let's see how many likes we can get. Can we get 3,000 likes? Let's see if we can do that together, you and me. Not so much me, although I could like my own video, but that'd be a bit weird. I've done it before. Anyway, this video is brought to you by my sponsor, OneFootball. Yes, OneFootball is something you can use, that I use, that's completely free. Gives you everything you need in the world of football. A beautiful companion app that's giving you scores, fixtures, lineup, transfer news, pew pew pew, all on your phone. Like I said, totally free. Click the link in the description to go check out OneFootball. Does me a favour as well. Hey, why wouldn't you want to do me a favour, huh? Alright, let's start off with Saul Niguez, and let's get into it. Cool, so today I shall be referencing an article from football.london, talking about his tweet, how he's reflected on a poor debut. Of course, Thomas Tuchel has also made comments I want to talk about, but let's be real, it was a debut to forget. Came off at half-time, kept giving the ball away, was not ready for the Premier League press. Jorginho came on, made a 3-5-2, and pretty much sorted everything out. Let's take a little dip into said article and see what's being said. Saul Niguez breaks silence on Chelsea debut after Thomas Tuchel makes bold decision. Saul Niguez admitted that his Chelsea debut was not the one he expected after being substituted at half-time against Aston Villa. The Blues won 3-0 thanks to 2 goals from Romelu Lukaku and 1 from Mateo Kovacic, but it was far from the ideal debut for new signing Saul. Yeah, like I said, that was a difficult game. If you haven't seen my match review, go check it out. It's my last upload. But yeah, it was a difficult game, and maybe the scoreline flatters us. We had a low XG chance creation quality metric. What am I saying? But still, when you got players like Romelu Lukaku pulling goals out of very low quality chances, you're in for a title charge. The Spain midfielder, who completed a season-long loan, moved to Stamford Bridge on transfer deadline day at the end of last month, gifted possession to Villa on a few occasions, and Thomas Tuchel made the bold call to replace him at half-time and bring on Jorginho. Taking to Twitter Saturday night, Saul broke his silence on his debut, admitting it was not the perfect situation for him. Check out Saul's tweet. Wasn't the expected debut, but really happy with the first game and victory with the team. Incredible to see Stamford Bridge full of Blues. Of course, Saul doesn't speak English. That would have been translated by someone on the team, Chelsea team, or a colleague of his. He did seem nervous, and Saul said in his first Chelsea interview that he was nervous. And it makes you think, come on man, this guy's won La Liga titles, he's played in Champions League finals, I think. He did go on loan when he was younger, but granted to another Spanish team. You know, he's allowed to get nervous, but he needs to settle, really. Tuchel explained his decision to take Saul off at half-time in West London and placed all the responsibility on his own shoulders. The Chelsea boss said to the press in the post-match press conference, "It was a hard decision, he was struggling, and I take responsibility for that. I put him into a difficult match after the international break, and it was hard for him to adapt to the physicality, and in general, I had the feeling that he struggled with the intensity and pressing from Aston Villa. It was also hard for him to adapt to our system and principles, so he thought to give him a bit more stability, we'll change the shape to 3-5-2 in the second half with Jorginho. It was a tough one, but he can accept that, and it's my responsibility, and maybe it's also normal. In training, he looked like he had no problem to adapt, but that's just training. The game was very intense today because Aston Villa made it that way. The guy struggled a bit, there were some easy ball losses, which is very unusual for him. That is why we decided before he lost more confidence, we make that change." John McGinn also spoke to the press after the Aston Villa defeat, saying that yes, Saul's a quality player, I've seen him play in Champions League finals, etc. But we knew he was adapting and we tried to press him. He's actually spoke quite well, praising Saul as a player and then also praising Jorginho for coming off the bench and completely sorting out that problem, just calming everything down. Jorginho, he is of course a European champion in every sense of the word, and he's the UEFA Men's Player of the Year, so he's good, isn't he? He calmed everything down, Jorginho, and Chelsea of course regained a grip on that game. Look, man, you'd be silly to judge Saul for the first 45 minutes in English football. Aston Villa are no mugs. They're a good team. They can stick it up any Premier League team. Do you know what I mean? They can do it. Saul's not ready. It was a high press, high octane midfield, and it was beyond a baptism of fire. And Tuchel is pretty much taking all the blame there, admitting it was his mistake, which is great from the coach. It's taking the pressure off the player. Maybe he'll play again in midweek. That probably suit him a little bit more. European football, we'll have to see. But we should all absolutely reserve judgment on Saul for the moment until he gets more time to adapt. But I reckon it's largely nerves, personally. And remember, Tuchel said himself, he's been fighting for Saul for years. So he's very much a kind of player that he wants. We just have to integrate him into English football. So watch this space. All right, we're going to stay on Tuchel's comments and move over to the next part of the video and talk about wing back, left wing back, right wing back, left winger, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Cool, so we will be referencing an article from the Daily Express today talking about Tuchel's comments, of course, for context, on deadline day, and indeed a little bit before. Borussia Dortmund came in really hard for Callum Hudson-Odoi. They wanted to loan him. A lot of Chelsea fans thought this would be an excellent opportunity, especially if there was no option to buy, for him to go and play high quality football in the Bundesliga, linking up with Erling Haaland. That could have been very, very nice indeed for Callum Hudson-Odoi, starting games, playing in his preferred position up top. But Thomas Tuchel was like, yeah, probably, but no, mate. So he was like, why would I want to lose this option for me when we've got all this stuff going on here? Let's have a little read of this article and see what's being said. Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel has admitted that it would not have been good for the team had Callum Hudson-Odoi left after agreeing terms with Borussia Dortmund in the transfer window, but did say it would have been good for the forward. However, the England international is too good to let go, the Blues manager said. Thomas Tuchel had admitted it was, quote, impossible to let Hudson-Odoi go over the transfer window after starring against Aston Villa on Saturday. The forward was heavily linked to a loan with Borussia Dortmund, who had agreed personal terms with the youngster for the season. However, Tuchel blocked the move and cited the fact that he needed him in his squad ahead of a long, grueling campaign. Despite not playing in the first 3 matches of the Premier League, Hudson-Odoi started at right wing-back with Reece James suspended. Yeah, interesting. Very attacking wing-back, of course, and it is important to remember he does play on both sides for wing-backs, and he can play in the front 3, and of course, for a large portion of this game, he did move to left wing when Azpilicueta came on to play right wing back. So the versatility is there, which is you need to be really trusted to be a versatile player, which is a positive. And the 20-year-old was a brilliant addition to the team, forcing Villa back and also fulfilling his defensive duties despite it not being his preferred position. Hudson-Odoi showed his versatility too when he did make his switch to the favoured role on the left wing before coming off to rapturous applause of the Stamford Bridge crowd. Tuchel had admitted he had private talks with the winger after a failed move to Dortmund, which the player was keen on doing in order to gain a full season of football under his belt. But Tuchel had this to say: "We have spoken. It was a very easy decision for me to make on the last day of the transfer period. We cannot let a player who is in 18, 19-man squad leave. He is able to play at right wing back, at left wing back, in the 2-10 positions. He knows the group. We know him very well. There was no chance to say yes on the last day. For him personally, it may have been a good opportunity, but for us and our targets that we want to achieve, it was simply impossible." And it was an easy one for me, actually. I really like that from Thomas Tuchel because he's being so transparent. He's saying, yeah, it'd probably be great for Callum, but I'm doing a job here, man. It was an easy decision. No way, I'm not letting him go. I'm not saying I'm going to play him all the time, but the fact how I do trust him to play here, here, or here, why would I want to give that up so he has, a better opportunity? You have to ultimately be selfish and ruthless to be a successful football manager. And that probably comes in the shape of denying Callum Hudson-Odoi a good developmental loan to Borussia Dortmund, and that probably comes with subbing new signing Saul off at half-time in, a match at Stamford Bridge. He did both. It looks like a positive move for both. We move. Trust Thomas Tuchel. Anyway, I wanted to reflect on both these stories, largely coming from Tuchel in today's Chelsea news videos. Guys, what do you think? Let me know. Comment down below. Let's start up a conversation in the comment section. I want to see you guys engaging with each other. I'll certainly be reading the comments down there. If you do want to show some support, if you want to show some support, please do drop a like. It does help me out a lot. It really does. Consider going to check out OneFootball as well. It's free. And that's it from me, friends. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.